got some really unfortunate news for Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. and an update on the Sterling Brown case. And the reason why I say that, you'll understand in a second. He will miss time at least until Sunday for violating NBA's health and safety protocols by going to a strip club. And as a result, Sterling Brown went with him, which led out to a fight, and that's how ultimately he got his face laceration. So there was a fight that broke out that Sterling Brown was involved in. Yeah, Mario, this isn't looking good. You know what I mean? Miami-Dade police said that Sterling Brown had multiple lacerations throughout his body. They arrived there at the strip club around 6:53 a.m. In the response to the fight, who was sidelined from a knee injury. So I'm not so sure what they're gonna do with Sterling Brown when he comes back. But we do know that Kevin Porter Jr. is gonna be out because he violated the protocols. Yeah, Mario, it's not looking good here. You know what I mean? And before I continue, because I don't really have a lot to say about this. This was written by Tim McMahon, who is ESPN staff writer. So let me go first. And we made a video on Sterling Brown before. I'll link it in the description down below. But let me go first, because I don't really have a lot else to say about this. You know, obviously, you break the health and safety protocols, especially during a time where you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. I don't have to go through this because we've talked about it many times on this channel. Follow the damn rules. It's what you gotta do when you want to play ball. I understand you can't really see your family a lot. I understand you can't go out with your friends. But if it's gonna allow you to play sports and do it safely, then you gotta do what you gotta do. It's just that damn simple, Mario. And not only that, but your actions caused a fight. Now I'm not sure if he was involved in that or whatnot, but we know he went to the strip club and something broke out there. So something had happened for a fight to have broken out. You know what I mean? So you gotta be very careful of what you do, especially when you go to a strip club. It doesn't say what strip club, thank God, because the names of those strip clubs are they're so interesting. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. We already talked about the Sterling Brown case. I hope whether he's in the right or the wrong in the fight, I do wish him well. As for Kevin Porter Jr., I hope he can learn from this. Be careful with where you go, especially when it comes to clubs, when it comes to bars, the pubs and all that stuff. If you're up here in New England, there's a lot of pubs around here. Gotta be very careful, because there's always gonna be that one guy that's gonna want to fight, especially the ones that are intoxicated. Gotta be very careful. That's just how it is in this world these days. So really, there's not a lot for me to say, because again, we've touched up on this topic before, and we've talked about many other basketball players and many other athletes getting caught in strip clubs. Dwayne Haskins got caught in a strip club. I know James Harden got caught in the club a couple of times. So we've talked about this before, and you know how we think about this. So with that being said, I hope Sterling Brown has a speedy recovery. I don't know what the NBA is gonna do with him, because he was there as well. So they're probably gonna give him some kind of punishment when he gets back. But I can't tell you because they didn't give him one, because he's already out right now with an injury. As for Kevin Porter, again, I'm not going to hold him that's what he's always going to do. We can learn from our mistakes, and I hope that's what he does.
Right, absolutely. You don't want to hold him to this type of person, like he's going to continue doing this. But you know what, Nate? I'm going to be honest. I'll start with Kevin Porter, okay? This is solely on him. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
See, what I don't like is that these athletes, they sign these contracts, okay? And when you sign a contract, you have to do certain things, okay? And you're not allowed to do certain other things. So when you sign these contracts, you have to follow the NBA rules. They know this. They sign the contract, and then they end up doing stuff like
doing it anyways.
Like what? Like literally, why? This cannot wait till the off season. Seriously, you have to do it during the game. First of all, in the NBA, you're playing one game every 2 or every 3 games. My bad, one game every 2 or every 3 days. So don't you think you should be using that time to prepare for the next game? Study film, maybe work out, opposed to going to strip clubs? This is just not the right place to do it. Now, as for Sterling Brown, I do have a little bit of information, okay? Because I was looking at it, I seen a couple of things on Instagram. So the whole reason why this fight started, Nate, was because Sterling Brown, he was about to go into the wrong van. So he left the club, went to the wrong van, or he was entering the wrong van, and I remember reading it. So if I find it, I'll definitely put it in below. But that's basically what I read, is that he was going into the wrong van. That wasn't his. It was by accident, most likely. Got into the altercation with the guy. They ended up beating him up, and Kevin Porter tried helping him, but again, Sterling Brown, he took his licks, if that's the best way I can put it. So But yeah, like, look, as for Sterling Brown, I do wish him the best of luck. I wish him a full recovery, which it looks like he will make, and he is back with the team, and they do have his back completely. But this cannot keep happening. These athletes got to realize that when you are under a contract, and the way COVID is right now, you must follow that protocol. And the other thing is this: I was talking with my roommates, and he was like, it's unfair. It's like they're giving up. It's like they're giving up their freedom. But here's the problem, okay? He was talking about Kevin Porter was like vaccinated. Doesn't mean he's vaccinated. Doesn't mean the whole NBA is. Okay? And even if it is, that doesn't give you the excuse to go to a strip club, especially at this period of time. Because there's other people in the arenas who have not been vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is vaccinated. Okay? This is
not just them, but people outside of the sports world haven't gotten vaccinated yet.
Right. But I mean, like, you're going in, you're basically catching these diseases and you're spreading them and stuff. Like, you don't know if that hotel person was vaccinated. You don't know if the lobbyist was vaccinated, the janitor, the cleaning maids, whatever it might be. You just don't know. So this is the whole. You have to take these protocols seriously. This is just them being selfish and going to strip clubs. It's as simple as that. Seriously, you're preparing for a game. That's what you should be doing. Prepare for a game. Simple as that, okay? Because let me be honest. Like, I like Adam Silver, but I'm gonna be honest to you. Like, it's not his fault. Don't get me wrong. But so far, COVID has been a big issue for Adam Silver in the NBA. It's been a big issue for him, Nate, and it's not his fault. But these players just don't want to follow protocols. They don't. Like, they treat it like it's a joke. Like, seriously, and it's getting annoying because not only are you being selfish, but you're not even doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is in your contract. So you know what? Again, the reason why he's not going to be playing games, well deserved, because you knew you shouldn't have been at that club, but you went anyway. As for Sterling Brown, he made a mistake going to. I remember I mistake my ride for somebody else's because it had the same color. So I made that mistake before too. It was in the middle of the night. I think your younger brother Noah was in there, and it was some other dude. They were going somewhere. I can't remember, but I accidentally mistook the cars. So that happens too, you know. But I mean, again, all this could have been avoided if you just did not go to these clubs. There's no need to do it. You know the protocol is do not go to these clubs. Do not do it. In the off season, knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to travel. You know, you don't have to practice, nothing like that. Knock yourself out. If you want to do that in the offseason, fine. I know, like, again, Aaron Donald, he was recently, when he got into that altercation, when the whole thing happened with the other guy, he was at a club. Okay, why is that okay? Because NFL is not going on right now. So you're allowed to do that stuff in the offseason, but when you're in season, you're not allowed to do it. So you know what, Nate? Just to close this whole topic up, I wish Sterling Brown the best of luck. Again, I'm glad he's making a full recovery. I'm glad he's back with the team. It's unfortunate that this had to happen to him, but it could have been avoided if he didn't go to the club. As for Kevin Porter Jr., the same thing I'm gonna say. You could have all this could have been avoided if you did not go to the club. And I hope again that Kevin Porter can learn from this and be like, hey, instead of going to a strip club right now, I should be going to practice, or I should be studying film, doing something that could be productive to my NBA career. So again, with that being said, again, we're going to tell you guys one more time, make the right choices. I don't care if you guys are tired of hearing it or not. We're going to keep saying it as long as stuff like this keeps going on.
Right, and there's one thing that I wanted to mention that I actually didn't even see in this article. I'm not even sure if the NBA fined Kevin Porter Jr., which, honestly, if they didn't, honestly, I don't know why they didn't. James Harden got fined for going to the club. Not Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, when he missed the time, they caught him going to a club, they fined him. You know what I mean? Like if this guy got into a club and one of his teammates got hurt in the process. I mean, that's not his fault, because like you said, he he mistaked the car, and unfortunately that broke out in the fight. But if you're gonna fine them, you know what I mean, for going to clubs and getting in trouble and all that, fine this guy too. I was gonna mention that, but I didn't know if they fined him or not. But now that I know that, that's why I brought it up now. But anyway, with that being said, I want to end it off the same way you did. Best of luck to Sterling Brown. Speedy recovery. Best of luck to both. Because I don't want to hold Kevin Porter Jr. to just that this is what he's gonna keep doing. No, you can learn from your mistakes. You know what I mean? So best of luck to both of them, and I hope he's learned his mistakes.